Hey there everyone, I'm sorry I didn't make a video yesterday. Last night some things came out which I got distracted by, and then we actually had a storm hit which cut out the power a bit and just generally interrupted things, so I decided to go to bed and didn't do a video. But anyway, this video here is about something that's interesting, and it's just for today, so if you're watching this at any later date it's kind of pointless. But anyway, today we have day 3 of the Ninja-tastic weekend of the bank holiday weekend we have. So there's a bundle in the shop, which I've already bought, so you can't see it. It's 999 gems, and it gives you 28,000 training scrolls, 1.5 million silver, and a skin. That's not the important bit, though, because what this does is it unlocks a festival map here, which the entry is 1,000 gems, gives you some rewards, kind of useful, but not worth 1,000 gems, and then it gives you this sphere box, which has a load of jewels in it. Now, what's really interesting is this box can actually be reopened for 500 gems, so in fact, you wouldn't really want to keep playing this map over and over, even though there's some achievements tied with it. Much better to play it once and then reopen this for 500 gems. Now, I looked at the previous 2 days had a crescent box and a tristone box. Looked in them, the tristone box had just damaged tristones that just weren't really any good, and the crescent box, it had some nice ones in there. They were all 30% or better. But from previous experience, if you want anything better than 30%, it's like a 1% drop rate or so, and so you couldn't really get much out of that unless you need a load of crescents. However, this one has a very interesting jewel in it, the Fire Jewel, which is a very new jewel to the game. It's only come out previously if you pay money. It was like in a bundle that you could buy multiple times, £20 or sorry, $25 or $30, something like that. For each one. So this Fire Jewel, I assumed, would have a really low drop rate. However, when I tested it, actually, it had a really high drop rate. So, well, I'll just show you my inventory. It's got a border around the screen. But anyway, so I completely filled my inventory. I opened this hundreds of times and tested a lot. And just to look at the jewels quickly first, before I then talk about drop rates. The jewels that are in this, you've got elite jewels, which they never drop. In the 600 times I opened it, I never got a single elite jewel. The lifeblood jewel, this is very good jewel. 50% lifesteal is strong, very strong. And then the crit damage there as well, that will help you out a lot. That's actually the equivalent of probably a few hundred damage. This is a very good combat jewel. Takes triple experience, but well worth leveling up if you get it. That only has a 1% drop rate, unfortunately. The next rarest is the Royal Guard Sphere. So this gives some fairly decent mana. Alright armor too. It's double the normal kind of experience, but I wouldn't say it's that strong. There are definitely a lot better things, like Elite Jewels would be better. And then you've got the Fire Jewel, which does mana and fire, which is just crazy, and takes double the experience. And then you've got the ultimate Sphere of Ultimate Benevolence. That used to be a good jewel, but now it's just kind of pathetic. The mana on it is almost nothing. It takes hardly anything to level, but the armor isn't very high either. And then you've got 2 fusion prisms. So when you look at the drop rates, what you get is the Lifeblood Sphere, like I said, 1%. The Royal one, about 4.3%. The Royal one isn't really very important. The Lifeblood one would be good. But at 1%, that's just so unreliable, you can't really buy that one. However, the Fire Jewel has 11%, which is surprisingly high. Now, anything else is kind of pointless. But yeah, you can trust me on that 11%. I've tested it a fair number of times. And what this means in practice is you've got to pay 1,500 gems to kind of waste. That is the bundle in the shop for 1,000. And then the first run costs you 1,000 rather than 500. So you waste 1,500 gems, and then every 500 gems from there on, you have a chance at getting the Fire Sphere. So because it's 11% drop rate, that means it's about 9 times that you have to do it. Which I think, so to get one, I'm going to try to, I'll grab a calculator. Hold on, I don't want to screw this up. So you got 1,500, and then 9 times 500. So to get 1, it would cost you probably about 6,000 gems. To get 2, it's going to cost you about 10,500. I actually got quite lucky when I did this myself. I spent 7,000 gems, so that was 11 opens or something. Yeah, and I got 2. I got a Fire Jewel on my second roll, and continued to buy them. Continued to roll until I got a second one. So it is fairly expensive, and you've got to have the gems there already, because reopening, if you then close it at any point, you've got to run this map again and use up an extra 500 gems. But it's definitely something there for people who have some gems saved up and they would really like a Fire Jewel. This is a Sphere Jewel, so it's awesome. Takes double the experience rather than triple that you normally get. Plus, it's got max mana on it. It's an amazing jewel, and you could get it for a few thousand gems. You can get multiple copies, so it's up to you what you want to do. I just wanted to point this out before the end of the day, because I know, as this is only 1 day long, it's not really the most obvious thing. I mean, you'd have to literally go into, go to the event board, check the relevant section, click on here, click this open, and then you might not even notice that there's a Fire Jewel in here. And even if you did, you'd assume it has a really low drop rate. So I wanted to point out that actually it is possible to get. Spend a few thousand gems and you'll probably get one. And if you have more, then you could get multiple copies. So that's all I wanted to point out in this video. I just wanted to make a fairly quick one to put out, and I'm going to be going on with the skill combo videos over the next few days, continue on with those. So have a look at those on my channel when they come on. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.